Welcome to Sports Roundup on this Tuesday night, August 19th, 2014. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins here. Well, here's what's happening in the world of sports. Let's start it off at Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts, where the Boston Red Sox and the California Angels, or the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, square off in the second game of a four-game series at Fenway Park, and the Red Sox got on the board first in the bottom of the first on a David Ortiz homer in the bottom of the first, 29th homer of the season. 1-0 in favor of the Red Sox here. And then in the bottom of the second, Brock looks like he hit a 3-run homer in a right field fence spot. Roy Carew makes a saving catch. It saved the catch and took up hold of a homer, and the Angels took advantage of the defensive play in the bottom of the second and turned it into 3 runs in the top of the third. That's when Cole Calhoun singles on a sharp ground ball to center field, and Mookie Betts and Chris Annan scores, tied at 1-1 apiece. And then Mike Trout triples on the line drive to center field, and Mookie Betts and Cole Calhoun scores 2-1 in favor of the Angels here. And then Angels challenge force play called on the field was overturned. Albert Pujols singles on a ground ball to third base. Will Miller Brooks and Mike Trout scores. It's 3-1 in the favor of the Angels. And then Mike Napoli in the bottom of the fifth grounds out the shortstop Eric Aybar to first baseman, and Albert Pujols and Dustin Pedroia scores, and David Ortiz the third. Sox trail 3-2. And then in the bottom of the sixth, Brock Holt out of the sacrifice fly to center field, and Mike Trout and Zerda Bogart scores, and J.C. Grilly pitched 3-3 apiece. It would stay that way until the ninth. That's when Chris Annan had doubles on a fly ball to let center field, and Mookie Betts and Brendan Brush scores, and Kujiar pitching. Here's the Boston Red Sox drop another tough one to the Los Angeles Angels at Fenway Park, 4-3, as they now drop to 56-69 in the season. Joel Smith got the win to go to 5-1 in the season. Koji Hiura got the loss, 5-3, and Houston Sweet got the save, 34th save of the season. Clay Buchholz will be on the mound in the third game of the four-game series tomorrow night at Fenway Park with Clay Buchholz on the mound for the Red Sox, while Garrett Richards on the mound for the Angels here. Okay, take a look at the other scores around the majors here. Houston Astros lead the New York Mets 7-4 on top of the ninth out in New York City. Detroit Tigers, Tampa Bay Rays deadlocked at 5-5 apiece in the bottom of the ninth. Texas Rangers and the Miami Marlins deadlocked at 3-3 apiece in the bottom of the ninth. Top of the fifth for the rain delay in Chicago. Chicago Cubs lead the San Francisco Giants 2-0. Baltimore Orioles lead the Chicago White Sox 5-1 in the top of the ninth. Cleveland Indians lead the Minnesota Twins 7-5 at the bottom of the seventh. Bottom of the eighth, Milwaukee Brewers lead the Toronto Blue Jays 6-1. Cincinnati Reds over the St. Louis Cardinals 4-3 in the top of the seventh out in St. Louis. Out in Denver, Colorado Rockies lead the Kansas City Royals 2-1 here. It was the bottom of the second, New York Mets and Oakland A's, no score. San Diego Padres lead the Los Angeles Dodgers 3-0 in the bottom of the second out in Los Angeles. Washington Nationals over the Arizona Diamondbacks 8-1. Atlanta Braves stopped by the Pittsburgh Pirates 11-3, and Seattle Mariners over the Philadelphia Phillies 5-2. Well, the Sox the number 1 run loss. And Sox need to try to find ways on how to get some wins and try to be, well, they played good, but it was the Angels that had a better hand. Next time. And take a look at our standings here. Baltimore has a 7.5 game lead on the New York Yankees for first place in the American League East. Kansas City Royals have a 2-game lead over the Detroit Tigers for first place in the American League Central. And the Los Angeles Angels have a half-game lead on the Oakland Athletics for first place in the American League West. And in the National League, the Washington Nationals have a 6-game lead over the Atlanta Braves for first place in the National League East. National League Central, Milwaukee Brewers lead the St. Louis Cardinals by 2.5 games in the NL Central, and the Los Angeles Dodgers lead the San Francisco Giants for 3.5 games in the NL West. Take a look at the wild card picture here. Baltimore. If the season were to end today, Los Angeles Angels get the 1 seed, Baltimore get the 2 seed, and Kansas City for the 3 seed wins. The winner of the Oakland-Seattle American League playoff game will face the Los Angeles Angels here in the first round of the playoffs, as who will win the American League Wild Card playoff. Seattle, Oakland. And in the National League, if the season were to end today, Washington will get the 1 seed, Milwaukee the 2 seed, and Los Angeles Dodgers get the 3 seed, and the wild card teams will be St. Louis and San Francisco will be playing St. Louis, and the winner of that will meet the Washington Nationals in the divisional playoffs. There. Well, that's how we does in the National League standings and American League Major League Baseball standings. There. Okay, let's take a look at Dan and the film in Pawtucket there, where the Pawtucket Red Sox blanked the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs by a touchdown and extra point, 7-0 here as Pawtucket starter Anthony went on to earn his IL leading 14 victory with 6 shutout innings, while defense used a pair of big innings to build a comfortable lead as the Pawsox shut out the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs of McCoy 7-0 here. Take a look at other scores around to the International League scores. Granite overshot by a dime store score 10-5 here. Indianapolis over Louisville 7-3. Norfolk Durham 2-1. Rochester over Buffalo 7-2. Scranton Wilkesboro over Syracuse 6-5, and Toledo 9, Columbus 1. Take a look at our standings in the International League. Pawsox trailed the Syracuse Chiefs by 3 games in an International League North for first place. Durham Bulls have a 7-game lead over the Norfolk Tides for first place in the International League South, and Columbus Clippers have a 6-game lead over the Indianapolis Indians in the International League West End. The Pawsox lead the wild card over the Rochester Red Wings by 2 games in the International League. Here. Okay. Let's take a look at the Little League Baseball World Series. It was the Great Lakes over the Southwest 6-1 as Marquis Jackson went 2-3, helping the Great Lakes to a 6-1 victory over the Southwest on Tuesday night. He beat England in the fourth innings there. Okay, let's take a look at sports news here. Cleveland Browns quarterbacks on the sidelines watched a word nothing even close to be settled about who will start either Manziel or Hoyer. Ohio State star quarterback Braxton will miss the 2014 season dealing with a 3-way bullet to the 5th-ranked Buckeyes national title hopes. In Andrewsville, North Carolina, Carl Edwards and Joe Gibbs raced to put 2 months of speculation to rest Tuesday when they announced Edwards driver JGR car started in 2015. The Philadelphia Eagles acquired running back Kenjon Barner from the Carolina Panthers on Tuesday for a conditional 7th-round draft pick in 2015. Derek Jeter Quartermates, if you're good, they will come. As updates schedule report on Derek Jeter altered big field. The Yankees captain faces a subject about a 5-acre corn maze on Dunfun Farms in South Brunswick, New Jersey. The San Francisco 49ers have an injured defensive lineman Glenn Dorsey signed into a 2-year contract extension for the 2016 season. I'm Tim Shaw. Shaw said the video a year ago I was playing NFL football with Weasley men. Diagnosed with ALS as former Tennessee Titan linebacker Tim Shaw diagnosed with ALS. The Los Angeles Clippers order Steve Ballmer greeted fans at the LA Staples Center on Monday. Ballmer purchased the NBA team for $2 billion. The record deal will be completed last week. Boston Red Sox general manager Ben Sheridan has a lot of decisions to make this offseason, as he will consider trading prospects for the right moves. There. The Islanders owner Charles B. Wang announced Tuesday that he will sell the team to a Jonathan Ledecky, a former owner of minor estate in the Washington Capitals, and Scott Malkin, a London-based investor. Cleveland Farms is giving you Bill Belichick's idea of expanding practice squads. Cumberland Farms is giving you a chance to win a summer weekend and keep winning 2-9 today for the 4 at Ocean Edge Resort and Golf Club in Brewster, Massachusetts, June 5th. Win dinner with John Farrell. Money Davis Now we get to find out how just the farce. Supposed Sports Illustrated Jake Reaches Davis, a 13-year-old girl with a 70-mile-per-hour fastball, is landed on the cover. On the cover of the magazine, becoming the first Little League player to do so. Tackle Abby Woods and Roy McCullough will team up for the hilarious joint ice bucket challenge and nominate George W. Bush. Tiger Woods and Roy McCullough will appear on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon on Monday. The pair will film out for 7 and ice bucket. Derek Wilson chose to play for U.S. despite losing in almost 2 NBA seasons to key injuries. Marcel Darius Brooks' media says he's focused on moving forward. In Ottawa, the Ottawa Senators have signed forward Clark McCarver to a $23.25 million 5-year extension to Winsfield. The end of the 2019-20 season and his average annual fell for $4.65 million since team season release. The Washington Redskins wanted to make a statement about the events taking place in Ferguson, Missouri, and they used Monday Night Football to stage the Zoofsor as Redskins filled with hands up for Michael Brown on Monday Night Football. That's a great gesture by the Washington Redskins. David Billow made to go down in history as being one of the most inspirational coaches in the Little League World Series history. After the team from Rhode Island took a tough 1-1 loss Monday, he spoke to the heart from his boys who lost on Monday. That's a good, thoughtful thing to do by Mr. Belsey. That's me for the Sports Roundup and Sports News. That's me for Sports Roundup and Sports News on this August the 19th, 2014 on Tuesday night period with Jerry here. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow right after the Red Sox and the Angels game on Nets and tomorrow night. Stay tuned. Good night. See you tomorrow.